Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about 3 reasons why the Lakers should pursue Carmelo Anthony this offseason. Those 3 reasons are: number 1, the Lakers need someone who can score off the bench consistently. Number 2, Carmelo's asking price is not much at all, and the Lakers would actually save money in the long run by signing him. And number 3, his friendship with LeBron and his leadership off the court is a big incentive for the Lakers to really consider this signing. So I'm gonna go deeper into this topic, but first, let's play the intro. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I hope you enjoy the video. So, the first reason why the Lakers should try to get Carmelo is that the Lakers need an impact scorer that can come off the bench. So, it's no secret that the Lakers bench has not been impressive recently. In the past season, Kyle Kuzma and Montrezl Harrell did a pretty good job during the regular season off the bench. But ever since the postseason started, I think neither of those guys showed up at all, and that really hurt the Lakers team. Carmelo, on the other hand, is probably one of the more consistent guys in the league. For Portland this past season, Carmelo averaged 12 points in the regular season, which, considering the amount of minutes he plays and where he is in his career, which is pretty impressive. And then he averaged pretty much the same thing in the postseason as well. So I don't know if this is more related to his experience or him being a veteran and not being afraid of the pressure that comes with the postseason. But one thing that is a fact is that Carmelo is going to give you the same production, whether it's preseason, regular season, or the playoffs. And the Lakers would have definitely benefited from a player like that. To add on to that, there's a good probability that both Kyle Kuzma and Montrezl Harrell will not be on the Lakers roster next season. So if those players are gone, then you're going to have to fill that spot either way, right? For Kyle Kuzma, he's still under contract, but there's a good chance that he's going to be traded. That's no secret. I 100% think that Kuzma is going to be traded. For Montrezl Harrell, he has a player option, so his situation could be 50-50. Maybe he'll want to re-sign, but you've seen his frustration with the team and the frustration with his minutes restriction, especially since Drummond came on board. And so if he does want to play more and go somewhere else, then there's a good reason that he can leave too. So if those 2 players are gone, then you have to fill that void either way, and Carmelo could be the guy. Even though Carmelo is older, he's in the later stage of his playing career, he's still an offensive threat. He still knows how to create his own shot. He still knows how to play iso ball. He can still post up players, and he still knows how to drive to the rim. And if you look at the Lakers bench right now, I don't think there's any one player that can do all of those things as well as Carmelo. So that just goes to say something. Moving on, the second reason why the Lakers should try to get Carmelo is that he's not going to ask for that much money. So for the past 3 seasons, Carmelo has played for the veterans minimum for 3 years in a row. So I see no reason why he wouldn't accept the veterans minimum for the Lakers. If he does accept the veterans minimum, then that would really help the team out as well, because next season there's a good chance that the Lakers bring back Alex Caruso and Talen Horton-Tucker. Those 2 players are solid, and the Lakers should definitely bring them 2 back. So if they bring them back and Carmelo accepts a veterans minimum, then the Lakers will still have like $5 or $6 million left, I think. And that money can go towards one more player that they can sign, so they can bring on like a 3-and-D guy or something. But either way, I see no reason why Carmelo wouldn't take the veterans minimum. And the third reason why the Lakers should try to get Carmelo is his leadership and his friendship with LeBron. So when Carmelo played for OKC and for New York, his ego was a really big issue. There was an instance when he played for OKC, when he first signed with OKC, when a reporter, jokingly asked Carmelo, would you be okay with coming off the bench? And I think you guys will probably remember that scenario where Carmelo was pretty much said, like, there's no way I come off the bench. His ego is way too high. And ever since then, Carmelo has matured a lot, and he's learned to accept a smaller role. For Portland, he came off the bench willingly. He didn't even mind. Whereas OKC just a few years ago, he was saying he's not going to come off the bench. So he's matured. He's also accepted the fact that he's not the number 1 option anymore. He's not even the number 2 option. For Portland, he understood that it's Damian Lillard's team. Damian has the ball, number 1, understood. If Damian is not having a good shooting night, or if Damian is injured or whatever, then it's CJ McCollum. And Carmelo understood that as well. And so, with that being said, even if he is the 3rd or even the 4th option on any given team, he still has that ability to take over the game when it really counts. For Portland this past season, there were times when Lillard was struggling offensively. It didn't happen too often, but there were nights here and there where Lillard was struggling. And Carmelo just showed up just like that. He would just show up, play a really good game. He'll drop like 25 points. And it wasn't even a big deal. It's almost like he has this ability that he can just pull out whenever he wants. And that ability is so significant. And he can do that for the Lakers. Right? If there's a night where AD is injured, because AD is like always injured, if LeBron's not having a good night, Carmelo can just show up, and you don't have to even ask for it. He'll just do it willingly. Also, with his newly acquired maturity, he's been a mentor recently to the younger guys on the Trailblazers, and he can take that same mentorship and offer it to the younger guys on the Lakers. That is such a valuable skill set when you're a veteran, when you're in the later stages of your career. You have that ability to teach younger guys what you've learned, your wisdom, your knowledge, and he can pass that along to the Lakers' younger guys when he joins. So if he were to join the Lakers, then I think he would have a very similar role that he held with Portland. He's definitely going to come off the bench for the most part. And he's definitely going to be like the 3rd option, 3rd or 4th option scoring wise, and he's accepted that. So if both Portland and Lakers have the same things to offer him, then you might be wondering, why would he sign with the Lakers? I personally think that his friendship with LeBron goes back so many years, and the fact that I think the Lakers have a little bit of a better chance at winning a title than Portland does. So given that Carmelo is older, he's probably going to retire soon, he probably wants to win a title. That should be his number 1 priority. And so that should be enough to kind of skew him a little bit to the Lakers. And, it could happen. But anyways, this is just my opinion. I would love to hear your opinion. So if you have thoughts on this, then leave a comment and, I'd love to talk about it. But anyways, that wraps up today's topic. If you enjoyed my video, then click that subscribe button and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.